Stripped, whipped, mocked, flogged, every inch of his body covered in blood, battered and barely clinging on to stay alive. And I stand and watch as my king cries, as he slowly dies, as he tries, gasping for breath but failing, his lungs enclosing and sin imposing. Jesus, they declared you innocent. They found no fault, and yet you're hauled up and pinned to this rugged cross, your wrists tied and your feet pierced, and there's nothing I can do to save you. Surely there must be another way, one that doesn't take my greatest love away, one that doesn't place the King of Kings in the grave. God, I don't understand. You've given us a promise of peace, but right now all I can feel is grief. I'm trying to believe that you never leave, but how can I hold on to that when I just saw you die? Jesus, he saw me. He heard my heart's cry, which is why he was the one I followed, the man I gave my life to, who saw me and saved me and knew me through and through. His love cast out the fears I had buried inside, and the doubts that pushed me away, he turned around to help me find freedom in confusion and freedom to question. I was released from a dark, demon-filled prison, set free to discover a love I hadn't known. When I walked with him, I was shown new light. He taught me with words I'd heard nowhere else, led me like a shepherd by the sound of his voice. He loved me by choice, an act of his will spoke to my spirit, and I became still, so aware of his goodness. Simply being in his presence, hearing my name called, it felt like there could be hope for the world. But then he was killed, and my heart was filled with sorrow, not knowing what tomorrow would hold. Tomorrow came, and I went to the tomb with spices to perfume his body, but no body was found. The round rock rolled away, the place where he was laid empty. I stumbled backwards, barely believing my eyes. How could someone steal my Lord in the night as tears fall and outpour cries? I vaguely hear someone ask me why. Why am I crying? Why am I not okay? Well, the answer can only be they took my Lord away. I asked if this man took him and where he could be, but instead of directing me, he simply said, Mary. Instantly I gasped, bury my face in the grass at his feet. It's him. Not bound by defeat, no doubt in my mind. The reason I couldn't find his dead body was because he's alive, standing right in front of me, glorious in victory. Death and sin couldn't win, he says without saying. And now I know in my heart that he saw me worth saving.